What is up, guys? Cal here from Team Krillin, and I'm bringing you probably my favorite deck, Lightsworn shaddolls. And as you see, that's not a construct there, because unfortunately, Konami kind of hates me, and they ban everything I like. But it's still really good because of its synchro potential and window allowing people, and especially when it's mature. So let's get right into it. So, main deck monsters. I run 3 Raiden. Probably one of the best Lightsworns. Level 4 tuner, you get a mill 2, and then during the end phase you get a mill 2 more. Milling in this deck is really important, especially with the shaddolls. So, one of the best ones. Run 2 Lumina. Had this card at 3, but her effect to discard a card, special summon level 4 lower Lightsworn monster from graveyard, isn't that good first turn, unless you open up with another another tuner. So it was just a dead draw first turn, kind of. So I took her down to 2. Then 2 Lila. I like her a lot because she destroys spell trap cards. So getting rid of back row, this deck really hurts for back row. And then getting rid of like scales for pendulums, it's really good. And then she gets changed to defense position, so a little more defense. And then for the 1-ups for the Lightsworns, I have 1 Wolf, 1 Felice, and then 1 Minerva. So, the Minerva, the only good effect of her is that when she's sent to the graveyard from your hand or deck, you can send top card of your deck to the grave. So more mill, she's always good. She's level 3 tuner. So that's why I only have her at 1. And then Felice and Wolf. Wolf, when it's sent to the graveyard from the deck, you special summon it. So it's a level 4 2100 beater, so it's pretty good. And then Felice, she's a level 4 tuner that when she's sent to the graveyard by a monster effect, you can special summon her. So if it wasn't by a monster effect, I'd probably play her at 2. But it's just because of that I only play her at 1. Also, she has an effect that you can send her to the grave, target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, then send top 3 cards to the deck to the grave. So more mills, getting rid of pesky cards. And then finally for Lightsworns, 2 Judgment Dragons. I had it at 3. It's just really, I saw it too much at 3. Because getting it early game when you don't have any Lightsworns in grave, basically if you open up with it, you have 4 cards in your hand because you can't use it. But his effect is still really good, paying 1,000, destroy all other cards on the field. Still really powerful. Now for shaddolls. 2 Falco. I love this card. He's a level 2 tuner. When he's sent to the graveyard, card effect, special summon him face down. And then his flip effect is to special summon a shaddolls monster from your graveyard face down. So a little more defense, and he's a level 2 tuner. Again, this deck focuses on lots of synchro plays, so pretty good. 2 Beast. When he's sent to the graveyard by card effect, you get to draw. More draw power for this deck. Just the faster you can get to your plays, the better. Like, this deck doesn't have a very good stall game. You have to go, go, go. And so yeah, the faster the better. 2 Squamata, same thing. When he's sent to the grave by a card effect, send another shawl from your deck to your grave. Usually I'll just send Beast so I get the draw, get to my place quicker. Also his flip effect is I can target a monster my opponent controls, destroy it. So again, just get rid of more stuff. And then for the 1-ofs, 1 Dragon, 1 Hedgehog. I might play Dragon at 2, just because when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you destroy spell trap. Again, this deck loses its big to back row and just get rid of scales. And then Hedgehog, I really feel he should only be ran at 1 in this deck, because when he's sent by a card effect, you get a search for 1 from your deck, a shawl monster. And you don't really want them in your hand that much, unless you're able to fusion. Like, the only time I'll actually use this effect is if I have like a shawl fusion in my hand or something. So yeah, that is it for the shawl monsters. Now, I do play some clowns in this deck, because I feel like it just makes it a little more safe. 2 Damage Juggler. His effect of being able to stop OTKs from like Cosmos and Pepe, which is a really annoying deck. because they just OTK all the time. Discard him, next attack you take is 0. Really good, then you get to banish him, search for another 4-mage monster. Just all around really good. 2 hat tricker. Lots of people run him at 1. I like him at 2 because if there are 2 more face-up monsters on the field, you special summon him from your hand. Just really helps out for like XCs and synchro plays. Just push for game a lot more. 1 Trick Clown. I've seen lots of people run him at 2, run hat tricker at 1. But I like him at 1 because his effect is good when he's sent to the grave, pay 1,000, special summon a 4-mage monster from your grave. But I don't like losing life points just because of how fast X can OTK these days. It's just not very good. That's it for the clowns. Now I play 2 Maxi, kind of self-explanatory. Just really good against decks that special summon a lot. 1 Necrogarna, banish it, make the next negate the next attack, and it's quick effect. Again, stop OTKs. Excuse me. Honest, kind of self-explanatory, they're lights. Then Card Trooper, Mathematician. I think the main reason I play these is so I can go into Shekinaga, because they are Earths. And then they also have the effect when they're destroyed, get draw a card, more draw power. And him, I really love him. Send level 4 or lower monster from your deck to your grave. Just get like a wolf or a fleece or something. So it's just really good. And that is it for the monsters. I play a lot of monsters in this deck. Very monster heavy. 2 charge. Really good. Mill 3, add a level 4 lower Lightsworn from deck to your hand. Just pretty big mill. And then like if you open this up first turn, I'd usually do this, get a ride in. So that's 5 mills you get. And you're probably going to hit at least 1 shuttle. Get a pretty good effect off. 2 soul recharge. Discard a Lightsworn. Draw 2 cards, mill 2. So you get a draw and a mill. So it's just amazing for the deck. 2 MST again, getting rid of back row, scales, anything that you need to. 2 Shawl Fusion. Pretty good card. But I don't like it at 3 because I don't like seeing it that much. Because you play a lot of Lightsworns in this deck. So you open up with that and no shaddolls, you're kind of screwed. It doesn't have an effect though that if your opponent controls a monster that's special summon from the extra deck, you can use monsters from your deck, which is really good. But I don't think you can always count on them as having ones from the extra deck. 1 El Shaddol. I'd like it at more, but I can only have it at 1. 1 Foolish, just to get cards into the graveyard. That's it for spells. Final card of the deck, Shulkor. Pretty good. Count as a extra monster for a fusion summon of shaddolls. Just pretty good all in all. And so that is a 42 card deck. If you find someone to take out, I just put in the 2 Maxis because I just feel they're really relevant. So now for extra deck. I run 2 Winda. My opinion, one of the best cards in the extra deck because each player can only special summon once per turn, so that really shuts down Pepe. And it can be destroyed by opponent's card effects, so Raigeki's gone, all that. Really good. 1 Shekinaga. She's just good. Big defense. In all honesty, I've never really gone into her. But yeah, I'd still run her to 1 of. That's it for the Stall monsters. And then I play 1 Cowboy, 1 Castell, 1 Dweller. All those are really kind of self-explanatory. Now for Synchros. Level 5s, Armades, and a Cataster. Just really good. Can't activate effects, so stops like Mirror Force and stuff. And then this just destroys level 5 or higher non-dark monster. I feel like they're just pretty good, fun cards. Level 6, Goyo. Pretty good. Should be running him in almost all synchro decks. 7s, 2 Michael. I love this card so much. Pay 1,000 life points, banish card on the field. And then during the end phase, mill the top 3. So mill is get rid of cards. 1 Clearing. Just an amazing synchro monster. That's it for 7s. And now for level 8s. 1 Heart of Spark, just pretty good defense. Target a card on the field. Can't be destroyed once per turn. Scrap Dragon. If I had one, I'd probably take that out for a Cypher Omega. But I don't, so I'm running that. And then last one, Trish. Just an amazing card. That is it for the extra decks. 15 card extra deck. And like I said, most of the time you're going to be wanting to go into Synchros. Just some of the best plays you can do in this deck. Now for side deck. And with the side deck, I wouldn't suggest copying this. I'd suggest kind of what you want to do with the current meta. I have 2 Imperial Iron Walls, Cosmos, and Infernoids. Cosmos really hurt this deck. You can't really survive some of their plays. 2 Grand Horn, really good against the Pendulum matchup. Same with these 2 Giant Trap Holes. Their effect is... when your opponent special summons a monster, when there are 2 more monsters on the field, destroy all monsters on the field. So it's just kind of really good, because if they already have big monsters on the field, Pendulum summon more. It just kind of stops them. 1 time space. Again, really good for the Pendulum matchup. I play 2 Prohibition. I wouldn't suggest siding this card. I just play it because there's a few people who play tunes at my locals, and it's really fun just declaring Toon World and watching them enter the scoop phase. So yeah. And then I run 1 MST, the other one from the Tune deck, and then 2 Veilers, just to stop plays. So yeah, that was my Lightsworn Shaddoll deck profile. If you have any suggestions, please leave it down in the comments below. Thanks.